Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your initials M, and let's take a look at your situation. So you just recently took the TOEFL IBT, you got 60. You have 15 points in the reading, you have 18 points in the writing, 12 points in the speaking, and 15 points on the listening. So you need 88. You have 2 months to prepare. Would you please let me know how you could help me? Do you offer a personalized approach based on my qualifications? Yeah, more or less I do. What I can do is I can, number one, tell you how long you will need to reach your goal, and I think 2 months is not enough. I'll be honest with you. You're trying to improve almost 30 points in 2 months. So typically, you're probably looking at 3 to 6 months, I think, before you can reach your goal. If you can do this in the time frame of 3 to 6 months, if you follow this plan. Now, the first 2 suggestions I'm going to give you right now, Mostafa, they really have nothing to do with my online TOEFL course, but they have everything to do with helping you improve your academic English language proficiencies. You got to be very disciplined. You got to do these things every day for several months. All right? If you can do these things. Number one, get in the habit of reading every day for about 45 minutes. You can focus on either magazines, newspapers, and books. Read as much as you can. As you're reading, get in the habit of note-taking. Focus on the main and the most important supporting points of the reading passages and get it down in note form. You have to get comfortable taking notes on reading passages because you will need to do this during the TOEFL IBT exam. My second suggestion is similar in that this one focuses more on listening, but you should also be spending about 45 minutes every day to improve your listening proficiency. My advice here is pretty simple. If you have English TV, focus on news, documentary, history, and most importantly, science programs. Like your reading practice, you should also be focusing, using your notes, on the main and the most important supporting points of the listening passages. Now, if you don't have English TV, you can go on the internet. I have 3 good websites for you. They're free, cost you nothing. Number 1 is National Public Radio. Number 2, TED Talks. Number 3 is Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. These 3 websites will give you very, very good listening practice. Now, as you're doing your reading and your listening practice, you need to really actively involve yourself, I think, in these reading and listening passages by also writing and speaking about the information. So each week, set a goal. You want to write 3 250-word summaries each week. The academic summary should focus on the main and the most important supporting points of a reading or listening passage. In addition, you should also be speaking about the reading and the listening passages that you're practicing. Again, using your notes, you should speak for about 60 seconds and try to do 3 to 5 of these oral responses every week. Just start doing that. How much does that cost you? Cost you nothing. It's free. But you got to be disciplined. Each day follow my plan, these 2 steps. You're reading, you're listening, and then you're practicing speaking and writing about this information. Remember, in the beginning, your notes will not be complete, maybe not even accurate. But as you practice over a few months, you will become more and more accurate in your note-taking, and you'll get better and better at writing and speaking about this information. So you're doing a lot of good things here. Your reading's getting better, your listening is getting better, you're also improving your speaking and your writing about academic content, and that's also good. Alright, so number 3. The third step is start going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course. I have over 700 lessons focusing on vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking areas. Now, what you can do, and I'm not going to recommend a specific study guide for you because I think it may take you more than 3 months for you to reach your goal, so I'm not going to say my 60 or 90 day TOEFL study guide, what you're going to do is you'll start going through my lessons, and then when you feel ready, you can take a full-length IBT practice test. If your score is close to 88 and you feel like you're close to your goal, then you register to take the official TOEFL IBT. So you don't know, I don't know, we don't know exactly when you're going to be ready, but maybe every 2 months you can take a full-length IBT practice test to mark your progress. Do you see what we're saying? Once you're really close to your goal, then that tells you you're ready to take the official TOEFL exam. Now, as you go through my course, I do have some recommendations on how you can go through my course. My recommendation for you is, first, because you need to solve a lot of basic problems with your academic English language proficiency, I recommend that you go through the vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar lessons first. That's it. So maybe, let's say today is Monday. So today you do a vocabulary lesson, you can do a pronunciation lesson, maybe a grammar lesson. Then the next day, do vocabulary lesson number 2. You can do pronunciation lesson number 2 and grammar lesson number 2. So each day, focus in those 3 areas until you have completed all the lessons in those 3 sections of my course. Just that's probably going to take you between 2 and 3 months just to do that. Now, once you've completed those first 3 sections of my course, Mostafa, then you can focus on the listening and the reading parts of my course. Now, here's the important key. Your reading is not that good right now. You definitely want to improve that. Same with your listening. So in the reading part of my course, your goal is to get your reading speed to about 300 words per minute with 60 to 80% comprehension. I do have speed reading tests to help you achieve that goal. That's what you're looking for. And you can also go through all of my listening practice tests, and you're trying to score about 80% on my listening practice test, which is also a good sign that you're solving a lot of language issues and you're getting better in your listening. Okay, finally, the last thing you want to do is to start going through the speaking and the writing parts of my course. So do you have a personalized approach based on, you're asking me, right, my qualifications? I do. And that's what I'm giving you right now. Remember, as you complete pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests, you'll be submitting these online. Now, with writing, my teaching assistant will score and comment on all the writing practice tests that you submit. And then for the speaking practice test, I will comment on those. Your speaking is the lowest area, right? So what I'm going to do is, I will be helping you solve pronunciation and speaking problems. My TA will help you solve the writing problems that you will have. Then the other parts of my course that you're working on independently, you'll be solving your vocabulary problems, your grammar problems, your reading problems, and your listening problems. So step by step, a little bit at a time, you will be able to improve. Again, though, you have to be okay with the idea that you may not be able to do all of what you want to do in 2 months. That's why I was telling you, based on your score of 60 and the fact that you want to get a score of 88, you're probably looking at least 3, maybe as long as 6 months before you can reach that goal. What are you doing right now? You're spending maybe an hour and a half each day doing the reading and the listening practice I outlined. You're spending maybe another couple of hours each day going through the lessons in my online course in the way that I suggested in this video. Remember, my course is pretty big, but if you follow my plan, it'll help you approach, I think, my course from the right perspective based on your needs. Right? In fact, I recommend maybe every week for the next month, maybe take a minute and watch this video one more time so you can remember the plan that I have for you. Or watch the video, take some good notes, write down the plan so you kind of know what you're doing. Alright, anyway, thank you very much for your comments on my website, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.